C'est une exposition en fait qui s'appelle Envie aux frontières du design ou Alive New Design Frontiers. Et nous avons choisi pour cette exposition d'avoir un artiste phare connu mondialement qui s'appelle Philip Beesley, qui présente ici une nouvelle installation qui s'appelle Radiant Soil, grâce au soutien du Centre culturel canadien et du gouvernement du Canada, ainsi que de la Fondation EDF. Cette installation que vous voyez un petit peu ici, qui est en fait le workshop, l'atelier où on est en train de préparer le montage qui va se faire la semaine prochaine. Cette installation est en fait une installation architecturale métabolique qui met en scène plein de réseaux. Philippe parle de nuages en fait, de clusters, qui en fait sont tous interconnectés et qui interagissent, qui créent de l'énergie et qui filtrent l'air. Et ce qui est intéressant ici, c'est l'imitation d'un métabolisme vivant.
I'm a Canadian architect and designer who works in a collaboration associated with the University of Waterloo School of Architecture and in an art studio. We work in several layers combining computation, industrial design, architectural design, chemistry, and we put those things together in order to make a deeply layered, diffusive kind of nearly living architecture.
Yeah. Do you want to talk a little bit about the series, because it's part of the Isoloic Ground series? So do you want to talk about perhaps the different steps you evolved in that series to reach Radiant Soil?
Radiant Soil is a new generation of work that has occurred in a series for several years. And the name of that series is the Hylozoic series. Hylozoic means life coming out of material. It's a word taken from the Greek. And in this case, we mean it in several ways, in the hunger and the hope, perhaps, of the whole project, but also in the sense that we're working with materials that start to work generatively, that work in autocatalytic loops, that in some ways start to take care of themselves and interact through different tribal behaviors. And so things really are starting to get going and start to approach definitions of life. The question of whether this work is biomimetic is an interesting one. Right now we're looking at one of the filter clusters, which is housed around a protocell incubating flask, together with very high-powered light, shape memory, alloy powered breathing pores which flex, and then a capacitance sensing whisker here. And this then multiplies together to make a great felt work, which is a kinetic valving element, which together makes convective plumes of air, which pump and breathe throughout the space. If we touch here, then this will vibrate and give us a response.
Okay.
And then that will send a signal to a microprocessor, which will come back, and that will operate individual pores like this. And they're designed to be deliberately fragile and flexible, so that a tiny little amount of contraction in the shape memory is amplified through leverage, and then through laminar organization, and then through the diffusive frond organization of these profiles. So what we're looking at here is a helical array of quite powerful LED lights that then come down here and are chained together to a proximity sensor. And when I come close, then there'll be an immediate reflex here, which then will ripple up. And if I come close again, then it will reflex again. We can see that there's the action here. And this contains multiple ripples of response. Each one of these little lights is controlled by a shift register, which is a kind of microprocessing relay, together with an Arduino, which is a simple, very basic computer. These elements are all chained together. And so there's a whole cluster or a tribe of these, which then work as a colony, and then they are speaking in turn to the breathing pores, and then also to a setup of organic power. So it's several different systems that work all together to make up the regulating framework of the environment. These will hang quite high overhead and will make a kind of canopy that will track our motion and will respond to our own movements.